What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I was just on Carcino's page, and he had got some information saying Mayweather's training to make a statement with Robert Guerrero in that particular fight. And some of the comments I'm reading are so asinine. Some of you guys are already making excuses for when Mayweather beats Guerrero, if he does beat Guerrero, why it doesn't count or why it's not a good win. You guys sound fucking ridiculous. Um, the fight is over a month away, and you're already making excuses for why Robert Guerrero wasn't a good opponent. I mean, you guys are just expecting this dude to lose. First of all, let's get some things clear. Robert Guerrero is a solid competitor. The man has not lost since March of 2006. He had a tough time with Orlando Salido, and he did lose that fight, but oh wait, Orlando Salido was juicing using PEDs, so that was ruled a no contest later on, and that fight doesn't count. I mean, that was an unfair fight. It wasn't an even playing field, so you can't count that fight. The second thing I'm hearing, oh, Robert Guerrero's from a lower weight class. You guys act like this motherfucker is small. Robert Guerrero is 5'9". He definitely has the frame to fill out in the welterweight position. And you act like Floyd Mayweather is big. Um, Robert Guerrero, you don't know. He might have been killing himself to make some of those lower weight classes. That's one thing about size. Two, he came off of a 2-year layoff and fought a known puncher, an avoided fighter, Selçuk Aydin, at 147. A 2-year layoff dealing with his wife's cancer and her sickness in that battle, and he fought a known puncher. So at the very least, this guy has balls. He has heart. He has a warrior spirit. Not many fighters will come off of that long of a layoff and actually win and fight somebody who's otherwise avoided. You got to look at some of the fighters who fight a lot of avoided fighters, like Lucas Matisse. He fights whoever because he just fights who he can get. No one wanted to fight a Jose, and Lucas Matisse did, and he won. So you got to give people like that credit. So Robert Guerrero, you're talking about size. He beat two solid competitors at welterweight. He also beat Andre Berto, and on paper, I really thought Andre Berto was going to beat Robert Guerrero just because every statistical category that I can think of, I thought Berto had more advantages in terms of speed. I thought size and power. I thought those edges would go to Berto. And Berto was completely dominated for the first half of the fight. And he had to kick into some kind of second gear or second wind to even look remotely good. But he was otherwise dominated and bullied by this quote unquote smaller fighter. So obviously, Guerrero has some level of size or tactics. He just can't be walked down by just anyone. So again, it's just frustrating. You guys can call me a Flomo. Who says shit like that? Like, how old are y'all? Flomo. Oh, okay, I'm a Flomo. Either way, whatever you want to say, I'm not a Flomo. I'm a fan of boxing. I do have Floyd Mayweather as my number one pound for pound. Andre Ward number two. I like the fight game. I like boxing. So if by having an opinion that automatically makes a Flomo or makes me a Flomo, whatever y'all want to say. But it's no secret I like Mayweather, but there's plenty other fighters that I like as well, like Brandon Rios. So I'm a Rios mo. Like, come on, y'all sound stupid. And again, it just sounds foolish that you guys are quick to make all kinds of excuses and the fight hasn't even happened. We don't even know. Mayweather, what if he lost? I mean, it's possible that Mayweather could lose. This is a very game competitor. Another thing, Robert Guerrero, you can't take away he has heart and he has chin. So aside from being on an incredible win streak, which he hasn't lost since 2006, and he's moved up and it looks like he's filling out in the welterweight category, he also has a chin. He also has heart. So I don't see why people are so quick to sweep this under the rug as a loss. Like, it just makes no sense. And if Floyd does what I guess he's training for, to make a statement with Guerrero, you act like it's a walk in the park. Like this was that he was supposed to do that. This is what was supposed to happen. That's not what's supposed to happen. This is a very, very game competitor. And some of the same people that quote this, I see your activity on YouTube and you're huge Canelo fans. So I have nothing against Canelo. I enjoy the kid, but he still has more to prove. Austin Trout is going to tell us a lot. Is he the real deal, or has he been kind of spoon fed by a Golden Boy? And that's just honest. That's just being honest. I don't have anything against Canelo. I enjoy watching his fights. I've seen probably more Canelo fights than some of you Canelo fans. I probably know more about Canelo than some of you diehard Canelo fans. But anyway, um, as far as Canelo, you guys give him credit for beating up on Matthew Hatton and Josecito Lopez, who are career, like Josecito, he's a career 140 pounder. And you give him all the credit. Oh, do you see how he just dismantled Josecito? But then somebody who's fought at welterweight 2 times and won those fights and has a heart and has chin like Robert Guerrero, you guys are just saying, oh yeah, he's not proving himself by beating him. Like, who do you want him to? Who, like, you guys just sound ridiculous. I honestly feel like some of you guys will give Floyd Mayweather more props for fighting Marcos Maidana than Robert Guerrero. And if you really understand and analyze what you're saying, that sounds fucking stupid. Marcos Maidana, I like Marcos Maidana. He's a great fighter in terms of being entertaining. He definitely hits like a freight train. But this is the difference. Marcos Maidana and Robert Guerrero have almost had about the same amount of fights at welterweight. Maidana's first fight at welterweight, he lost to Devin Alexander. His second fight, I think, was against Jesus Soto Caras on the Josecito Canelo undercard. And then he fought in Argentina, and I don't think it was against a ranked or named opponent. It was just a homecoming fight or some shit. So he has like 3 fights at welterweight. Guerrero has 2 fights at welterweight against bigger names at welterweight. And you guys don't give, you give Guerrero less credit than if Mayweather were to fight Marcos Maidana. Like, come on. It's not about power. It's not all about power in the sport of boxing. And if you look at Marcos Maidana, he was a feared puncher at 140, but we don't know exactly how much of his power is going to transition. We know, I mean, his win against Jesus Soto Caras is his best win at welterweight because Caras has he has a chin. But Soto, he got into a war with, I mean, I don't know. Just look at who Marcos Maidana has lost to. Amir Khan. That's because Amir Khan, even though he gave Khan severe problems at the end, it's because Amir Khan was outboxing him. Kotelnik, Devin Alexander, against boxers. He's losing against boxers. So if Floyd Mayweather fought Marcos Maidana, why would you give him credit? And he doesn't have a belt. He has no belt. Guerrero has a belt, has had almost the same amount of welterweight fights as Marcos Maidana, but since Marcos Maidana is a known puncher, you'll give him credit. I'm even seeing comments like, Floyd needs to fight Lucas Matisse. The fuck? Lucas Matisse at 140? I mean, if he came up and then Floyd beat Lucas Matisse at 147, people would be like, oh, that's because Matisse wasn't at his comfortable weight. So either way, it's always going to be something, and you just got to realize that. It's just funny. I just had to say my 2 cents about it. But for you to give Marcos Maidana and Floyd Mayweather better reviews or give Mayweather more credit for fighting Marcos Maidana over Guerrero, you sound crazy. Maidana has no belt. They both have heart, and they have about the same amount of fights at welterweight. So let me know what you guys think. Mayweather, will he ever get his just due, or are people just going to make excuses before the fight even happens as to why that opponent wasn't sufficient enough or wasn't good enough? Let me know something. Until next video, it's Ego signing off.